We live.
What's up, YouTube? We back.
Hi YouTube, this is Naisha.
It's Cliff Mega.
And this video is all about...
What?
What is it all about?
Oh, is this one we doing about where your children's conscious is at?
Yes, where your children's consciousness is at.
Yeah.
So you want to start it, B?
Alright. You know, as parents, we should know where our kids' head is at whatsoever. And me and my wife was talking about that, you know, where their conscious state is at, and especially with the whole school thing. So we knowing where their conscious is at, like we was talking about with the college. If your child knows that college is important to them and you're paying, and you're going to be paying for the next 4 years, wouldn't their conscience be enough to know, like, all right, I should get a job and help toward paying towards my what's the name?
Education.
Yeah, like, wouldn't that make sense whatsoever? Like, instead of you breaking your back, I'm not saying, like, you know, that we shouldn't help, but I mean, shouldn't the child help as well? Like, this is their future, and they should be aware of that.
Definitely.
Don't you?
I think so too. I agree.
Anything like you like to add on?
I mean, you kind of said it in a nutshell. I mean, they should be. I mean, if you're putting your belief and faith into a system like college,
Yeah.
and I'm not saying that it's nothing. I'm not judging it at all, but and you're teaching your child responsibility because you feel like going to college is going to help them be responsible, is going to help them towards getting a good job and everything like that, and help them to be productive, responsible adults in this community, then they should contribute towards their education. I think that that's just will help enhance your belief. You know, like some people, like I think on Facebook, they were having this discussion about whether or not you should give a 30-year-old a credit card, right? And one stance was, she thought that, one belief was she thought that that was unattractive for a man at 30 years old to be getting a credit card from the parent. Then another stance was like, another perspective was saying, well, if you can provide them these opportunities, why not give it to them?
Yeah.
So I can understand both aspects, like when it comes to college too, even though I don't really totally agree with going to college.
Yeah.
Because we're interested in taking a different path.
Yeah. College
College is for, you know, depending on what your path is and what your family goals are. But my point is, you don't want to enable your child. You want them to be able to take care of themselves. That is the goal, to take care of themselves. For you to be trying to take care of them or taking care of them for the rest of their life is not helping enhancing their mind or their consciousness.
Yeah.
So you can want to give them all these great things, but they won't appreciate it. You know, they'll take it for granted. So you got to know where their consciousness is at. You know, to give a 30-year-old a credit card, I feel like at that age, you should have taught your child to be more independent, in which he can get his own credit card, so they don't have to rely on you. And I'm not talking about, like, you know how some people, they'll pass down houses and wealth and everything like that. Even with those things, I still feel like your child has to be in the right mindset, because you can lose all of that.
Yeah.
The consciousness has to be right. And I feel like a lot of people, sometimes most people go to college not to get an education, but they go to college because they're lazy and they don't want to get a job and they want somebody to continue to take care of them. So that's when you got to know, like, who your kids are. Like, you got to know where their consciousness is at. Are they going because you said they got to go? And then when you tell them they have to work and they like, I don't want to work. Like, I got to finish school. I got to focus on school. The goal is for you to get a good job. So why can't you just work now? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
You see how the consciousness is? Like, you going to college so you can get a good job, but you can't work now.
Yeah.
Because you feel like you have to get your degree first.
Yeah. Other thing too, I want to slip in there to the conscious community, that if you have children, other way of learning, like I hear some people say, like, you know, we can't homeschool, so we send our kids to school and then we teach them what we want them to learn at home, and that's cool. But just remember, like we said, like where their conscience is at. If they're going to school and, like my wife just said, like if they not in a mindset of like, all right, like I'm trying to get up out my mom's crib because, you know, I might not be able to, I just want to be my own man or I want to be my own woman, and they have this creativity of being an entrepreneur or getting a job and just be on their own. If they're not in that mindset, you really need to take them out of school, and that means school took over their mind, and what you're teaching them is not applying. They're not able to apply it.
Right.
So you got to know where their conscience is at, because you could just be teaching them stuff, and then they learn and they taking it more from within the school. And right now, what we're seeing, like we already know how it is with the public school. The kids are just going there to have fun, and it's like whatever. Like, oh, my moms and pops, they got me and stuff. So you got to really know, like I said, where their conscience is at, and you got to be able like to look ahead, and you're like, all right, I know what they're doing now, and I know what they're thinking now. If they have this same type of thinking right now, 4 or 5 years later, it's going to be the same thinking. You're in trouble because you're taking care of a grown person.
Right.
So just know where your child's conscience is at, and like I said, like we just know where our kids' conscience was going when they was in school, and it wasn't going in a good place whatsoever. And we had to get them up out of there. So just make sure that you know where they conscious at. Don't get caught up within the jobs and all that stuff. Remember, the children, the family comes first.
Right. All right. Thank you guys for listening. Hope that helped. And let's have an intelligent conversation below.
All right, y'all.